Hey y'all. So I have recorded this video at least like 3 times now. I, to be honest with you, I'm getting tired of it. The first time it was pretty flawless. We got through it very quickly, like in the best way, like really good examples of like what didn't work and what to do and troubleshooting and stuff like that. And it took like 30 minutes. So I knew I could get like a video down to like 15 really, but unfortunately, there was no audio because I had hotkeys attached to my OBS, which caused me to mute the entire video because of a naming convention that I initially put in. In the second video, I thought I could like just go over what I did with using the same package and kind of just talk through it. But I'm like, that's really not doing you guys a true service, because it's just me being like, okay, well, this will happen, but it didn't happen because I've already done this. I'm like, that doesn't help you guys. So this is like my third or fourth video now, and I'm gonna try to do it without like wanting to like just not do it, because I think it needs to be done. This is really simple. I think it's like a really simple thing. May, or the Measure of a Sim, has written a very concise and clear tutorial in my opinion, but if anyone is like me, they benefit from visual learning, and being able to see what they're looking at, and thankfully May has been a gracious teacher in everything I've needed about tattoo overlay boxes, and through trial and error, yada yada blah blah blah. So I'm going to do this again, and I apologize if it's a little bit morose or like melancholy. I was just really excited about that first video, and I got it done so quickly, and then just to, screw myself over. And I'm losing my voice now because I try to, speak clearly and loudly enough that it's, crisp, I guess is the word. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I would suggest, to get started, have SimPE, have May, or the Measure of a Sim's tutorial up. Down in the description, there will be a link to what you need for a tattoo overlay box to get started. This is not a tutorial about how to convert textures from The Sims 4 to Sims 2. Maybe in a different day, we can do that, but this one is just for the overlay box itself and how to set up the packages. There is a tutorial for 4 to 2 tattoos. I will link it below. Also have Notepad. You will have an overlay box, and then you'll have a tattoo package. I've named mine both sleeves because we are going to basically work backwards a little bit. So go ahead and open up your tattoo package. Again, it won't be the object, but the tattoo package. And I recommend May's tutorial up in case you forget what you're doing. We are going to go into texture image and click on the texture. You do not have to rename this. So I've already done tattoos 1 and 2. So this will be number 12. And I'll explain why it's not number 3 later. Again, you do not have to rename this, but you should press Fix TGI. Go and press Build DXT. If you do not have an option for Build DXT, go down to the description and get the NVIDIA plugin. You're going to route to your workshop, which in my case is the Machina Sun 2023 Flash Tattoos. And you should see your new texture. Go ahead and commit. Okay. Go down to Texture Overlay XML. This is your face overlay. We do not have a face overlay for this tattoo. So within the package that I provided, there will be a no face overlay package that houses the texture for the face, and it is universal. So anytime you use a package similar to this one, or even this one, just copy it. The texture file will remain the same. You only need one of the no face overlays, and every tattoo package that uses this will just need that one. So it's essentially to save resources. What we do need to change though is the family string. So we're going to go up here, and you can make your own shortcuts if it'll let me, by selecting these. I have the 4 I have selected because I use those regularly. But if you want to do it through the menu, you can go to Tools, Object Tools, and Hash Generator. And there are a couple of numbers that we need. If you renamed your file, you will see that it says string both sleeves. And we are going to go over to CRC32, and we're going to copy the hash value here. And both sleeves. And then from there, we are also going to, you're going to copy and paste it to your notepad or whatever you're using to keep notes. And then you're going to go back into the hash generator and click GUID and copy the hash value there. And you're going to paste that into your notepad. While it's still copied, you're going to go ahead and paste it into the family string and commit. Okay, that's that. From there, you can go into text list. This is optional. But if you're like me and you like to have a typical naming convention, you can change that to whatever you'd like. And then you're going to go into property sets. Once we're in property sets, you still have the family GUID family string copied. You're going to go ahead and paste that into the property sets family D string. And then from your notepad, you're going to copy the what is now going to be called the group / collection instance. So copy your group number, and up above the family string, you'll see the name D string. You are going to double click on the hex code and paste your new hex code or group number in there. Again, if you change the naming convention, go ahead and change it over here at the end. And then from your hex code, you're going to copy everything from the exclamation point to the beginning. So from the 2 pound signs to the exclamation point, you're going to go ahead and copy that using Control and C to copy. And go ahead and commit. And then from there, you're going to go into material definition. And we're going to start with the face overlay. And there's only 2 things we need to copy, 2 things we need to paste. The code that we copied, you're going to double click in the file name and paste, making sure that you have an exclamation point to separate the name and the hex code, and you have 2 pound signs at the front. From there, you're also going to go into the C material definition tab, and then double click to paste the code. Fix TGI. Commit. Okay. Now, we're going to go into the body overlay. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to paste the file name. At this point, if you had changed the naming convention, go ahead and do so here. Again, it is not required, it is optional. However, I've already changed it. I'm going to continue to change it. Down into the properties, we're going to actually change the standard material base texture name so that it can read the texture image. So go ahead and paste your new hex code. And in my case, I'm going to change the file name. We're going to go over to the file list tab, and same thing. Paste your new code, write your new name, and then see material definition, paste your code, and write your new name. Now, one thing to note before we hit fix TGI, the instance high, that number, we want to write that down. That is ECB77E3F. This is the old body material definition. Because we have a new name and everything, we're going to hit fix TGI, and now we have a new instance high number, which is or alphanumerical, which is B5709DB4. Okay, so now from your notepad, go ahead and copy your group number one more time, this time without the # exclamation points. And we're going to go to, in SimPE, we're going to go to all resources, and we're going to sort by the group number. And you'll see now that there's two groups that have a different name, 4AA9. Those should always be 4AA9. We're going to go ahead and select everything else. And then down at the bottom, we're going to go to the resource tab. And we are going to put our new group number into the group. Do not force commit, just click off of it and it will overwrite and you'll see it in the new group. Now from there, we're going to go ahead and click on the collection and its accompanying 3D ID. Once selected, you're going to, while still copied, take the collection instance and copy it into instance. Do not force commit, just click off of it, and you'll see that those are now updated to match. And then from there, we are going to go ahead and click on all resources, sort by instance so that one is at the top, and we're going to load the first 3D ID. While it's loading, do not click anything. Okay, so now that it's loaded, you'll see the four, basically the resource node, the shape, and the two material definitions. Once it is loaded, go ahead and click on Package and File Properties, and you'll get a pop-up that essentially lists your new I don't know what they're called, but you'll see your new options, basically. And what we are updating here is the last material definition. And this is the material definition that belongs to the body. Now, if you didn't write it down, that's okay, because in any event, if you've done everything as you should have, 7347 will always be the face overlay. Unless you have a unique face texture, then this will be your face overlay. 7347 ending. So that leaves our body overlay with 9DB4. Now, if you recall, the second number here was your old instance high, 7E3F. So 7E3F was our old instance high. Our new one is 9DB4. So these replace each other. So we have the old here, we need the new in there. So with that in mind, you'd come over to your package selector and go to your material definitions, and your second number needs to be the new instance high. So we know 7347 is the face overlay, and we know 9DB4 is the new body overlay. So we're going to go ahead and click on the new body overlay and drag it to the 3D referencing file editor. And then while we have the old material definition selected, you're going to right click and delete. And then commit. Now we go to the next 3D ID. This will be your face overlay because we are going to be replacing it. Even though even though the instance high hasn't changed, the other numbers have. So we're going to go ahead and drag over our face overlay, our new one, and delete the old one. And go ahead and commit. And then the next one, this is just a like for like. So we have the collection, the property set over here, and we have the text list. So we're going to copy the collection. We only have one property set, but in the event that you have multiple, whether that's if you have like correlated if you have correlated skin overlays for like body hair or eye color or masculine versus feminine frame, or for different ages, your property sets can be unique to the skin overlays that you use. So in any event, if you have more than one property set, it's best to come over here and just make sure that your last number matches up with the property set that you're bringing in. So our last number is 1, our last number is 1. So these two belong together. And then we're going to drag the text list over. So go ahead and delete the old ones now. And then commit. Down to the next 3D ID, same thing, like for like, collection, and then your texture overlay, and then your text lists. Delete the old. I like to drag them over first before I delete them, just in case I, want to double check my work, especially when there's more than one body or face or any type of property set. There's more than one and it gets a little complicated. I want to make sure my numbers match up. And then finally, the last 3D ID reference, it should just be text lists. And then commit and save after you've deleted the old one. Go ahead and save. And that's that. So this is our tattoo and our new overlay box. We're going to take both of these and put these into our downloads folder. We are nowhere close to starting up the game and testing yet, but I'm just going to make a new folder and keep us all together. And I have 2 more in here because I already started this. Like I mentioned, I made some mistakes. Yeah, and I deleted the numbers. So give me 1 second. I'm going to write down some numbers and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So I just went in and grabbed the group collection, the group numbers that I had for both of these tattoos because we're going to need them because I'm building the tattoo overlay box from scratch. So right now we have 3 tattoos. So this is just a copy of the overlay box. When you are working from this, I would suggest to make a copy first and then use the copy. Do not use the original template that was provided because it could cause errors, and regardless, we're going to make sure we can avoid those errors. So let's go ahead and name this Machinasun Flash Tattoo Overlay Box. And then we're going to go ahead and open it up. So from here, we're going to start from the bottom and work our way down because that's just the easiest way that I work without missing anything. So we're going to go into the beacon and click on Morog's Overlay Tattoo IDs. I apologize if I pronounced your name wrong. These will all be blank. That is for your convenience. The biggest note, and it's mentioned even in May's tutorial, is that when you are going into the beacons, this is where the overlays are linked to the box. So it's important to at least keep the instance number or the group number that you had so that it knows what to read. As well, there are 2 parts to the group number. There's the first half, and then there's the second half. And the first half goes first, and the second half goes last. So, what normally is last goes first. What normally is first goes last. I hope that makes sense. I know it's probably easier to read. The second half of the instance from the first overlay goes in the first line. So the second half of the instance goes in the first line. And the first half of the instance goes in the second line. And you just keep doing that. So now we've linked bird right, and we blinked conch left, which was the first 2 tattoos I did. Let's go ahead and commit file, and we'll save both sleeves for last. Even though that's the one that we've done together, we're going to do our first 2. So we have bird right and conch left, and we've got those there, and we've committed. Now we're going to go to the catalog description, and you're going to want to name this Machina Sun Flash Tattoo Overlays. And you can put whatever you'd like. That's what I'm putting. And then from there, we're going to go into object data. And we're going to change the file name. And we are going to get a new GUID. So let's go back up to Tools, Object Tools, Hash Generator. And while still selected on CRC24, go ahead and copy that hash value and paste it down here. Update and commit. Now that we have that, we're going to go down to Pie Menu Strings, and this is where we start to name our tattoos. So Pie Menu Strings, we're going to add our first tattoo. So you can name them however you'd like. Some people name them by body parts, depending on where the tattoo is at. In my case, they're all on this, they're all sleeve tattoos, so they're all on the arm. So we're going to go ahead and just name it by which arm they're on. So the bird tattoo is on the right. I'm going to go right bird. And we're going to go ahead and put add tattoo 1. We're going to put remove tattoo 1, which is right bird. Conch left was second. So we're going to put left conch on tattoo 2, and remove tattoo 2 will be left conch. Now this is a different order than what we did with beacon. Now it's going first half, last half, right? Well, it still is 1, 2, 3, 4 because it's connected to the pie menu functions. The pie menu functions are set up to add tattoo 1, add tattoo 2, remove tattoo 2. Remove tattoo 1, remove tattoo 2, so on and so forth. That's how the pie menu functions are set up to connect your pie string to your behave. And with that in mind, we are going to go ahead and set up for tattoo 12. Granted, we haven't set up for tattoos 3 through 11, but for the sake of the tutorial, we're going to go ahead and take a look at what you would do if you had only 11 tattoo options, but you have 12 tattoos, which in my case, I do. I have 12 tattoo options that I need to account for. So, we are going to go ahead and do the beacon again. And back in the tattoo IDs, I only have room for 11 tattoos. I have the first tattoo, second tattoo, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the 11th tattoo. So I need 2 more to make the add tattoo 12, remove tattoo 12. And we're going to add the last half first, and the first half last. Go ahead and commit. Next, we are going to go into behave function. We only have 11 tattoos. So let's go ahead and hold down Control, click on Add Tattoo Overlay 11, and click on Remove Tattoo Overlay 11, and we're going to clone them. Now you have a new Add Tattoo Overlay 11 and a Remove Tattoo Overlay 11. And we're going to rename this one to 12. Go ahead and commit. And rename this one to 12 as well. Go ahead and commit. Then we're going to switch over to Resource down at the bottom. When you've selected on the Resource tab, We're going to go ahead and take a look at the instance numbers. So our last instance for remove tattoo 11 was 1018. So for add tattoo 12 to be next, we need to change it to 1019. Now, the instance of 4120 goes to 4121, which is correct. When we look at remove tattoo overlay 12, this will actually be 1A. Now it's 4122. If you add more than that, it'll be 1B and 1C, and then 1D and 1E, and then 1F and 20. Let's go back over to add tattoo overlay 12, go back to plugin view. Now, from there, we need to change the constant IDs for our overlays because right now they're still the same as 11. To change these, we have to think about what's happening. So let's go back to add tattoo overlay 10. You have 12 and 13. So add tattoo overlay 10, remove tattoo overlay 10. Same with removing it. It's all connected. So these two are connected to each other by 12 and 13. For add tattoo overlay 11, it goes 14, 15. So 10 is 12 and 13, 11 is 14 and 15. It's sequential order and they're connected. So by that logic, add tattoo overlay 12 should be 16 and 17. So it'll be +2, +2, because it's the next numbers in line. 16 and 17 are next. So to change these, we're going to go over to the pop-up wizard, and we're going to change this to 16, hit OK, and then change the 15 to 17, and hit OK. Down in the next one, for the constant, again we need to change it to be 16 and 17. Go ahead and commit file. Again, do this again the same. Remove tattoo overlay. We're going to do it again because they have to match for it to be able to read both for add and remove. So 16 and 17. Again, 14 is now 16. 15 is now 17. Once you get through 18 and then 19, then it'll become 1A, and then 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, 1F. And then it goes to 20. So now we're going to go into the Pi menu strings and we're going to add 2 more values. And this will now be add tattoo 12. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy that. And this will now be remove tattoo 12. And then we're going to go ahead and commit file. Still not done, because these are not connected. The behave is not connected to the Pi menu strings. We need to go into the Pi menu functions. And go to interactions. And we need to add our 12th here. So click add twice. And then right below your initial remove tattoo, click on your add tattoo, remove tattoo 11 again. And we're going to change the Pi menu string ID to show add tattoo 12. And we need to change your action behave to add tattoo 12. And again here, we're going to go to remove tattoo 11. We're going to change it to remove tattoo 12. And our action behave will be remove tattoo 12. And then go ahead and commit file again. And then we're going to go ahead and save. After you've saved it, you're going to go ahead and press create new package. And then you're going to go to the resource list area here, right click, and then add. And you're going to route to your, wherever you've saved your package, your object package, and you're going to go over here and change this to dbpf package and click on your overlay box and open it. So it's a new package. You're going to do save as, and then just make a new package. You can put a 1 after it. Go ahead and close that. And then route to your downloads and delete the old package. And you can rename it if you'd like. Now let's go ahead and open up the game and see if it worked. And Dee Dee's resources, you'll find them in miscellaneous. And luckily enough, the first one that pops up is Machinison's Flash Tattoos. When you click on it, you should have 3 options: change object model, remove tattoo, and add tattoo. We're going to add. And I don't think I put both sleeves. Oops. You should have renamed that. Don't be like me. First, we're going to test Right Bird. And if you saw it, you'll know that there is now a tattoo. Let's go ahead and test our second tattoo. And lo and behold, our second tattoo. And finally, the coup de grace, the 12th tattoo. It did not work. All right, so let's go ahead and rename that. Yeah, I didn't do that, so. With that, let's go into the both sleeves package. My baby joined us. She says hi. Hello. Okay, so this is 12. I don't think I renamed any of these correctly. So that's on me. Because I didn't name them correctly, they probably aren't correct. Alright, so fix TGI and commit. 61. It says that this is absolutely optional, but for the sake of... Yeah, I totally goofed. So these should all be 12. So more than likely what's happening is it's reading Bird Right, which is my actual plat one. It's reading that. So the TXMT is just not computing. Totally easy to fix, obviously. No big deal. We love a problem. That's really not a problem. I don't think I need to change anything in here because nothing else should have changed. Yeah. Oh, that changed. Now it's 455A, which makes so much more sense because the BD9F or whatever it is was the old group number. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, so very quickly, I'm just going to go ahead and fix these. So if you do change the property set, if you do change the naming convention, make sure you change it everywhere or nowhere. Regardless, that's going to change. And that stays the same. I think this changes. And easy enough. So let's go ahead and go back into the game. Final straw. Add tattoo. Both sleeves. And blah blah. Blah blah. Let's go ahead and make our own recolor with my beautiful test alien. She looks super enthused. So I just took a screenshot of the game and we're going to go ahead and quit. And then we're going to go into Photoscape. Yeah, Cookie. You say hello to everyone. Yo, my old lady. So I'm using Photoscape X. It's a free application you can use. I don't pay for it, as you can see. It's free. We're going to go ahead and crop this. And you're going to want a 1x1 on it. Yeah, Cookie. Cookie's telling me what to do. She's my real boss. Resize it. We're going to resize it to 256 by 256. Hit apply. Go ahead and save it. But Dee Dee's is very neat in that it's connected to the Civic Idol poster, as well it has change options. So you can change the tattoo overlays box, the box itself, to be a tattoo gun or tattoo ink, different variations of that. So this is what I've provided to you guys to be able to use. And you can make your own recolors and it will conveniently be in the game. So we're going to go to Object Workshop within SimPE and we're going to hit Start. Once it's loaded, we're going to navigate to Decorative, Wall, and then scroll down till you see Painting, Poster, and we're looking for Worship. Hit Next, and we're doing a recolor. And we're going to rename this in the same naming convention that Dee Dee uses. So we're going to put our username or whatever you want. You can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to do the same. And then Civic Idol. And Machinison Flash Tattoos. Save. And then we're going to navigate to the plugin view. We're going to build DXT again. Open image. And we're going to navigate to our poster image, which for us is right here. Build and commit. And save. And then we go back into the game and we test. And you can go into buy mode and recolor the poster into our new one. It's also the same poster as in here, so any recolors are available just the same, but they need a wall. So it's great for if you have a tattoo shop that you want to use, you can just take customer tattoos and post them up on the wall. But yeah, that's basically it. Actually is it. I'm done. Yeah, I'm glad we had a little bit more troubleshooting and found the issue. I'm sorry I was a little morose, a little melancholy. Just, it's been hours now. And it was something that was done like within 30 minutes. And anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day. You are amazing. You are valuable. You are important. You are everything we need in the world. Take care of yourself, and I will talk to you later. Bye!